And as we move into the final week of Aries season, April 12th through April 18th, everything you've learned and experienced so far comes together. This is a time for healing, closure, and stepping into the new level of responsibility and self-awareness. If week 3 was about carrying power, week 4 is about carrying it responsibly and preparing for the transition into something new. We begin with Sunday, April 12th. The sun stands at 22 degrees Aries. Today is about recognizing your responsibility. Mars meets Neptune, blending action with meaning. You might notice that your motivations are shifting. What do you need to feel true and purposeful? Or what you do needs to feel true and purposeful, or it could drain your energy. The moon in Aquarius helps you see the bigger picture, reminding you that your choices affect more than just yourself. Act only where you find real meaning, and let your purpose guide you, not pressure or discomfort. Monday, April 13th, the sun moves to 23 degrees Aries. This is a day to put faith into action. The moon joins the North Node in Pisces, nudging you gently towards your destiny. Growth now requires a bit of surrender. Trying to control everything won't help anymore. Saturn starts to cast a longer shadow, hinting at future consequences. Today, trust your intuition, even if you can't explain it. Make sure your commitment starts inside before you show it outside. Tuesday, April 14th. The sun reaches 24 degrees Aries. This is a day for adjustment and realignment. The moon is waning in Pisces, softening the edges, making it easier to see where the small changes are needed. Mercury and Uranus bring breakthrough insights and new ways of looking at value and stability. If you feel the urge to fix everything at once, pause, make thoughtful adjustments, and let your plans evolve naturally. Wednesday, April 15th, the sun will be at 25 degrees Aries. Today is about integrating all the parts of yourself. There's a lot going on. Mercury, Neptune, Mars, and Saturn all active, stirring up your sense of identity, action, belief, and responsibility. It may be confusing, or like you're in between versions of yourself. That's very normal. Stay present and let things come together in their own time. Don't rush to define yourself. Let integration happen. Thursday, April 16th, the sun moves to 26 degrees Aries. This is a day for healing through truth. The sun meets Cryon, bringing up old wounds around who you are. This isn't about relieving pain, but about releasing it. Mars and Pluto support honest, empowered action. So choose compassion for yourself and act from a place of wholeness and not defense. Remember, healing means moving forward and not staying stuck in the old stories. Friday, April 17th, the sun stands at 27 degrees Aries. This is a culmination point, the final Master Aries day and the new moon. Everything you've learned about action, faith, and responsibility come together. This is a quiet but decisive moment. The new moon marks the start of a new leadership cycle. Only begin what you're truly willing to see through. Take ownership for your choices and your path. Saturday, April 18th, the sun reaches 28 degrees Aries. Today is about grounding and protecting what you've started. The moon will enter Taurus and help you stabilize your new identity. Mercury and Pluto deepen your resolve, and Saturn keeps reminding you that choices have lasting effects. Anchor your new beginnings in real, everyday actions. Protect what matters and don't underestimate the value of steady, consistent follow through. This week, you move from authority to faith, from adjustment to integration, and from healing to mastery and stabilization. This isn't the end of Aries season. It's the handoff into Taurus season with your power and lessons intact. If week 3 asked, can you hold power? Then week 4 asks, can you carry it responsibly? As we reach the end of Aries season, everything comes to a head on Sunday, April 19th at exactly 8:40 p.m. Central Time in the U.S. The sun leaves Aries and enters Taurus. For our global community, that's 2:40 a.m. April 20th in London, UK, and 7:40 a.m. April 20th at Dhaka, Bangladesh, and 12:40 p.m. April 20th in Sydney, Australia. At the final degree, 29 degrees Aries, the sun forms a semi-sextile to Uranus in Taurus. This is not a moment of explosive change, but of irreversible change. What has shifted during Aries season will now become real. You don't get to go back to who you were before. You only get to decide how to consciously carry this new awareness forward. The moon will be waxing in Gemini, conjunct Venus and Uranus in Taurus. This is a signal that what you've learned and initiated must now be lived, spoken, and woven into your everyday life. Identity meets reality. What you started in Aries now needs language, structure, and real-world action. And then there's the seal. Mars conjunct Saturn at 7 degrees Aries. Mars brings drive, Saturn brings responsibility, and together they remind you, you don't get to start everything, but you are responsible for what you did start. The tension with the lunar nodes at 7 degrees says old patterns are no longer compatible with your new growth. Now, maturity, patience, and stewardship are required. So what is Aries season really asking? It's not about speed or bravado. It's about truthful initiation. Courage without clarity leads to chaos, and conscious action can lead to sovereignty. The core lesson is to lead yourself before trying to lead anything else. Move from reaction to intention, from impulse to embodied courage. Aries doesn't care if you're ready or not. It reveals whether you're willing. If you've engaged with this season, then you now know what you're willing to fight for, what you're no longer willing to perform, and what kind of leader you are becoming. And if you don't feel finished, that's okay. Aries was never about being finished. It was always about being honest enough to begin correctly. And as the sun enters Taurus, the question shifts. From who am I becoming to what am I building? And can I sustain it? That's the real success of Aries season. Not speed, not bravado, but conscious initiation that can actually last. All right, beloveds, thank you so much for joining me on this Astrology Advantage show, our very first webisode. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I hope that it brings you clarity for going through the Aries season. I'm so grateful. As always, walk in love out there, Celestials.